Hello, Samantha. Oh, hi, Jasmine. Hello, Bobby. Hi, friends. I had fun going live a couple days ago, so I wanted to go live again. Hello, Priscilla. Oh, let me turn my thing off. I'm doing pretty good today, honestly. I had work this morning. I got off at 11, and I actually just filmed a video. So hopefully I'll get to editing that within the next few days. I made a video about off campus because it's my new current obsession. So I figured, especially since it's so fresh and I'm actually on top of it this time, watching it as it comes out, I wanted to make a video about it. So if you guys are watching that show right now too, then keep a lookout. Where's Bryce? Probably in his room. I don't know, doing his own thing. Got some news. What's your news, Bobby? Let's hear it. Doing great. That's great. Hi, how's your day going? House college. House college? Is that? Oh, my day's going good. Like I said, got off for work at 11 this morning and then recorded a video. And college is good, but I'm on summer break, which feels even better. I'm currently on summer break, so yeah. But I'm officially a senior in college, which is exciting. This next year will be my last one, at least for my bachelor's degree. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Leanne. Hello from Illinois. Hello. Doing great today. Where's Bryce? I don't know. Probably in his room, I think. I think I just heard his door close. I think he's in his room. Howdy. How's your day? My day is going good. It's going pretty good. Honestly, just being on summer break is just so nice because it's like instead of whenever I get off of work, having to be like, oh, I got to do this, I have to do schoolwork, I got to do this. It's like I have so much more free time, at least right now, because I'm about to start volleyball again. We were at a little break for the last 2 weeks. Um, I was in beach season and now we're about to start indoor season. But right now, been on a little break, so it's like I go to the gym 3 days a week, so with the more freedom with not having schoolwork and like some more free time, I can kind of choose which days I want to go. So like today I was like, if I don't have to go on a Monday, then I choose not to because Monday's kind of like getting back into the week, you know. Like this week I'm probably gonna go Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I think are the days that work best with my schedule. Obviously there's some weeks in the past where um like I've got things going on certain days, like either like a nail appointment or I don't know, what's another example? Obviously, like work schedules. There's certain days where like wouldn't work out to go to the gym. So it's like I have to go on Monday or I have to go on certain days, the only days at work. But this week's pretty open. So I was like, I'm not gonna go to the gym today. I'll go tomorrow. Which singer group would be worth getting VIP tickets to me? Oh, well, I've always said this now. Like, I never got to go to the Eras tour, which honestly breaks my heart. But I've always been a Taylor Swift fan, but I didn't become like a Swiftie and like really, really into her until like as the Eras tour was starting, and Glendale, Arizona was the first stop of the tour, and then she never came back to Arizona again. So it's like when she came to Arizona, I was just getting into like her music like heavy and didn't like get the tickets to go at that point. And then as the Eras tour went on, I became more and more of a fan and like would have loved to go. Um, but like I said, she never came back to Arizona. So, but I basically would say that now, if she were to ever come to Arizona, I'd 100% go no matter the price. Like, even if it was like $1,000, I would drop. But like, I have to go see Taylor Swift. Like, she's my number one. Like, I have to go see her. So whenever the next time she goes on tour is, I'm sure not for a while because Air tour was so big. But I 100% will go see her even if it was nosebleeds, I would be seeing her. But Benson Boone is another one. I'm about to see him for the third time this summer. And this summer I got floor tickets, which they weren't even expensive. Like they were literally like $170 maybe for floor tickets, which is insane. I tell anybody that, they're like, "What? How'd you?" I was like, "I don't know. I was on the pre-sale and I somehow got them for that." Sorry. I'm like hiccuping and burping. Somehow got them for that cheap. But yeah, he's 100% one of those ones that every time he comes to Arizona, I will be seeing him because I think he puts on such a good show. And I love his concerts. I love his music. So 100% worth it for me. Um, what are you going to college for? I'm an elementary education major, so I'm going to be a teacher. There's a hair on my computer. Hard to believe that you're a senior in college. Seems like just yesterday was your last year. I know. You're telling me. I know. See, I've been saying this with my parents, my friends, whoever. Like, at some point, yes, it's like, wow, I'm already a senior in college, like, that flew by so fast, like, I feel like I was just a freshman in college, or I was just in high school thinking, "Oh, the day I'll be a senior in college feels so far away." But at the same time, saying that, I'm like, "No, I feel like I've been in school for a long time because I didn't take a gap year or anything, I went straight into college after high school, and had every semester of college I've been in, it's always 5 classes, online, in person, doesn't matter, with being a, education major, you do internships, and I'll be doing student teaching eventually. Um, it's a lot, it feels like it's just constant, always doing school, always doing homework, always have assignments to do. So, yeah, part of me, even though it's like, wow, it's flown by, it also feels like, I've been in school for a long time, I feel like I'm ready to graduate, I'm ready to be done for a little while, although I will definitely be getting my master's at some point because that's just something I wanna do. How can I watch your volleyball games? Well, I don't really play anymore. Not, like, officially or not, like, on a team. I actually coach. So I coach high school girls volleyball, so there's not really a way you can't really watch me play because I don't really play anymore. I play for fun, like, I just went to an open gym on Friday, which was super fun. And I've played in, like, little beach tournaments here and there, but, yeah, there's not really a way to watch, and you wouldn't really be watching me play anyway. You watch me coach, so. Have I been watching Bryce's YouTube? Yes, I have been. I think did I watch his most recent video? Is that one what was his most recent video? Yeah, I did. It was the ones where it was, like, his first couple days home, I think. Yeah, I watch all of his videos. I think I've maybe missed just a few, but, like, for the most part, especially when he was off in college, like, I loved watching his videos because I got to see, like, what he was up to when he wasn't home. So, I watch his videos for sure. Was trying to see her in Tampa, no tickets, yeah. Favorite sport is volleyball. It's what I played for 10 years, and now I'm coaching, so I love volleyball, indoor and sand. It's good stuff. Good news is I spoke to a teacher about if I could start student teaching in her classroom. She said yes if I tell the district. Nice! That's so exciting. Congrats. It's always fun news to figure out your placements and where you're student teaching or, like, for me, like, my internships in the past. It's always super exciting. Like, I love, opening that email and seeing which grade am I gonna be in, which school district, which school. It's always really exciting. Do you miss volleyball? I do, but I'm back in it. Like I just said, I'm coaching now. Honestly, like to answer that question, always has always been like I chose not to play. Um, I chose not to play volleyball in college. I decided to be done after I graduated high school. But I always knew that volleyball is one of those things that could always be my life if I wanted it to be. If I wanted to play in an adult league, if I wanted to play, if I wanted to coach, if I wanted to ref, even like you can, like you can get paid to ref tournaments for club and high school. And I knew that I could always go back to volleyball if I wanted to. So I've never really regretted not playing in college. Every now and then, of course, I've had moments where I see people who I played with that did go to college, or the girls that I'm coaching now, I see them thinking about playing in college, and I'm like, wow, like that's a whole nother. But that's the same thing of me saying like, oh, I regret doing community college and not going off to university like my brother. Like, there's always pros and cons to everything. It's like you really can't dwell or regret too much because it's like if I would have chose a different route, then I wouldn't be doing what I am today, and I wouldn't be who I am today. Like every decision you make leads to where you are now. So I never really regret anything. But of course I missed volleyball a lot. Like there's times where I'd watch old videos of me playing, or I again see other people playing, see other people post, and like miss that. But now it's like I'm coaching, so I'm back in it, and I get to love it all over again, and like still get to play, and it's a good time. So yeah. What are your favorite things to do with your family? Um, Honestly, I don't really care what we're doing. I like to just spend time with them. Honestly, even just like every day going downstairs and having dinner with my parents, and now my brother too that he's home, but even when my brother was off to college, it was just me and my parents, and like just having dinner with them and getting to catch up and hear about their days and talking with them. And with my dad, I like to watch movies with him. I like to like I don't know, we relate in that way. My mom, like I said, really, it could be anything. Like spending time with them, doing anything, whether it's going out of the house and finding something fun to do. My mom, obviously, I really enjoy doing that bubble run with her. Like that's something like my mom and I do, like active things like that together. Um, but yeah, any chance. And then as for like extended families, do same thing, like grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, like all of the above. Like we could be doing anything, and I'm excited just to be there and catch up with them. Is it different coaching volleyball than to play? Of course it's different because 'cause you're not the one playing. In practices is one thing, 'cause in practice, like, you can hop in, like, during beach season, me and my other coach, the head coach, like, especially during practice, if we are just like doing fun, like, playing around, whatever, or if like a girl was out and like I had to like step in and help, like we got to play with them still, But when it comes to game time, it's like we're not the ones playing, they are. It's like all we can do as coaches is talk to them and give them the advice and be like, hey, hit this spot, do this thing, call this play, whatever. Like all we can do is that. And it's like it's up to them to do the playing. We can only do so much as coaches. So it's 100% different. I really, really enjoyed though because even when I was a player, I felt like I knew deep down that I would want to be a coach one day because I would have those moments as a player where something would happen in a game and like I have this opinion or I have this idea of like, oh, we should be doing this or you should be doing it. But of course, I wouldn't be the one to say because I'm not the coach in that situation. I was a player. Those are my teammates. It's one thing to be like helpful and give like, hey, this spot's open. Hey, if you hit this one, you'll definitely score. Like, but it's you can't coach. Like, I was never the type to like coach my teammates because again, that's not my place. I'm the same. We're teammates. We have a coach that tells us what to do. But I always had that mindset of like volleyball IQ. And that was always my thing as a player too. Like coaches would tell me, like you have high volleyball IQ. Like you could tell that you pay attention to the game. You're not just playing it. Like you pay attention to what to look for, what the best spots to hit are, what the smartest plays are. Like so that was always my thing in volleyball. So now being in that position where I actually can say the things I want to say and like tell the girls like, hey, if you do this, you're gonna score. If you do this, it's gonna be better. Like, hey, talk to your teammate about this. Like, do this thing. Like, you can actually say all those things as a coach because that's literally my job to do that. So it is definitely different, but I still love it for sure. Only just noticed you were doing a live stream again. Yeah, I just decided to boot it up, see what happens. I feel like I just never really like post like, hey guys, I'm going live. I just decided I'm like, I'm gonna go live and see who joins, see who wants to hang out. Hi everyone who's just joining. Bet your dad's live stream on Twitch. You're welcome to go check, but I bet he's not. I think he's still at work. It's 1:45. Every now and then he gets home early, but not this early normally. Yeah, he's still at work. He's not live streaming on Twitch. He normally if he does stream, it's normally on like a Friday or Saturday too. I don't think he ever really streams on Mondays. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Cereal Fiber. Cereal? I'll just call you Cereal. I think that's what I called you last time. Nothing much. We just started. We didn't miss much. Just saying hi to everyone. Ask a few questions about volleyball, college, the usual. I was telling everyone that I just got done recording a video. Um, Recorded a Let's Talk About It video. That's definitely one of my series, ideas. Obviously, I made my video about heated rivalry when I was watching that for the first time, and then this one's gonna be about off campus. Obviously, I literally just recorded it, and then I'll probably get to editing it sometime this week, and hopefully it turned out good. Hopefully I like what I had to say because sometimes I record a video and then I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm not posting this. But I think it went well. I feel like I hit all the points that I wanted to hit and talked about the things I want to talk about. The thing is about this is like I'm not as knowledgeable about it as I am with heated rivalry. But I mean, even that, I've actually thought about making a second heated rivalry video. And again, this is for the people who care. Like, if you don't care about these shows, then you don't have to watch it. But for the people who like the shows or just want to hear me talk about the things I like, that's what it's for. But I actually do want to make a second heated rivalry video now that I'm like, months into still obsessing over it because when I first made that video, it was when I basically a week or two into watching it, I hadn't read the books yet. So like I was very unknowledgeable, kind of about this video like I just made about off campus, like just basically off of first watch, first couple days, first weeks of watching it, like just giving my thoughts about it. But like now that I've been watching the show continuously and I've read all the books, reread one of them already, like I'm so much more knowledgeable about the lore of the show and the series and the book series. I feel like I could make a second video with so much more information and so much more to talk about. But yeah, anyway, so that's definitely gonna be like a series on my channel is let's talk about it. Like I don't know, I think that's my thing is like that video I started off with like heated rivalry, let's talk about it. This one it's off campus, let's talk about it. So yeah, we'll be on the lookout for that. I don't know when it'll come up. It just depends on when I get around to editing it. And like I said, as long as I do end up liking it and want to post it, I'm sure I will. But yeah. Yeah, my dad is at work. What would you do if you saw your favorite singer influencer in public? Would you be able to say hi or speak to her? I honestly can't even imagine because if I ever saw anybody that I'm like genuinely obsessed with, like Taylor Swift, when in my life would I ever see Taylor Swift? I don't know. Same thing with like Hudson Williams or Connor Story. If I saw them in real life, oh boy, would I be freaking out. But like I'm also like that stuff is so hard for me because I see videos of it online. Like I said, Hudson, let's say Hudson and Connor. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, especially right after the Met Gala. There's a lot of controversy. Like Hudson Williams just got off of social media and basically was like deleted all of his threads, posts, all of his like, he's following nobody on Instagram, kinda did what Connor Story did at the beginning, like, just completely offline now, and it's because people, like, stray them away. People like, I don't know, I hate that idea of, like, yeah, of course, we're obsessed with them and, like, they're the celebrities of, like, these, music or TVs or movies that we love and we, like, obsess over them on the screen, but it's like, we have to realize that they're real people too, you know? Like, they are just human beings with real feelings and real emotions and everything, so it's like, sometimes the way people treat them when they do meet them or see them in public and scream at them and take all these pictures of them unprovoked and, like, I mean, it makes me sad for them because it's like I really like them as people from what I see, of course. Like obviously they're just public figures to me. I don't know them personally, but the videos I watch and the posts they make and like them as people from what we see, it's like they seem like great, genuine people. And then it's like sometimes the way they get treated because they are celebrities, people forget that they're people too. So I don't even know how I'd react. I mean, for an example, I saw Benson Boone. I met him again, didn't really meet him, didn't talk to him, but I saw him, I touched hands with him, so that's my one example, I guess, and I was freaking out for sure, but I remember I was, like I said, thinking that way in my head, trying to be so composed and trying to be respectful to them, um, to him, sorry, but I was saying to them as in, like, in general, like, celebrities. For me, it was last summer-ish, September, when me and Michaela went to, see him live, in concert for the second time. Like I said, I'm gonna see him for the third time this summer, at his American Heart Tour in Arizona. We heard that it was a thing that sometimes if you stay after the concert, you might be able to catch him, whether it's just him driving by and waving out the car, or sometimes he actually gets out and says hi and touches hands and whatever, gets pictures. And so we were willing to wait. We were like, let's do it. We were like, screw it, let's do it. So me and her stayed till about 2 a.m after the show, and it happened, it happened, we saw him, he basically there was, like, this barricade where everyone stood in, and then he went around the outside of the barricade just kinda being like, "Hi, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you," just, like, passing by, like, hitting everyone's hands as he walked by, and was just like, "Thank you so much, hi, nice to meet you, thank you," like, that kinda thing, so very quick moment, I touched hands for him for a second, and I said, "Nice to meet you, thank you so much," and that's literally all I said to him, and, you know, he'll probably never remember me because I'm just, one of billions of people he's done that with, but to me, it was everything. To me, I was like, "Oh my god, I just saw Benson Boone like this close to my face. I just touched his hand." Like, so yeah, that was a moment where internally I'm freaking out. Me and Michaela we couldn't stop talking about it before and after the fact. Like we were just like, "What the like what just happened? Like we just touched Benson Boone. We just met him. Like oh my god, you know, big a deal for us." But again, I in my head internally, I'm thinking I don't want to be ever be that annoying fan that does something disrespectful or too much, you know? Like, I just simply we were recording and, like, I had my hand out and he touched my hand and I was just like, "Nice to meet you. Thank you so much." And then he kept moving and that was it. So, yeah. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? See, we talked about this last time. I'm not really one to answer those types of questions because I don't really think about it. Like people will ask me, "What's your dream home? Where's your dream place to live? What's your dream car? Dream vacation?" I don't ever really have answers to those questions because I just don't think about it. I don't know why, like, I just not that type of person, I guess, to, like, have an answer to those questions because, I don't know, I feel like it's unrealistic, but I feel like that's a bad thing to say because of course, I'm someone with an imagination and someone with hope and, like, hopes for other things, but I don't know, I'm just, like places I'd like to visit, but I'm also the type that I don't do research on it's not like I've done all this research on, like, Italy or Japan, I'm like, "Oh my god, I would love to visit this place, and if I went there, I'd wanna do this, this, and this, and visit this city, and visit and eat this food," like, I don't do research for those types of things. So, that's why I don't really have an answer. Because 'Cause I'm like, I could be like, "Oh, I'd love to go to Italy, I'd love to go to Japan, I'd love to go Hawaii," but I don't know why. Because I don't know anything about those places, you know? Um, so no, you're oh, sorry, I read the wrong comment, but sorry. Yeah, anyway. Okay, why is my chat, like, glitching? I couldn't read the comments in order. Um, it's a good thing I went to the work the next day, so doing pretty good, Matthew, how are you? Oh, yeah, well, thank you, yeah, I miss baby every single day, I just I don't know. I mean, it gets like, I say it gets easier in the sense of, like, it doesn't get easier, you're always gonna miss them. I miss baby every single day, every time I see a picture of her, every time I walk by the couch, like, I think of her and I miss her, and there's specific moments where I'm like I have memories of, like or, like, the feeling of, like, oh, right now I'd go turn to baby and give her a little kiss or give her a little pet, and but it's like I can't do that anymore. So I'm sorry to hear about your dog. Sorry, this chat keeps going. Had her since I was 5 and I'm 18 now. Yeah, that's kind of how baby was for me. I had her since I was 7 or 8 and I'm 21 now. So she was my one and only childhood dog, is what I always say. Favorite hobbies? Genuinely, to answer this question is literally, like, watching TV shows, like, I've always, like, thought that was such a silly thing to say, but, like, that is one of my number 1 hobbies is, like, TV shows and movies and, like, the fandom and, like, obsessing over everything about that thing and, like, reading, again, like, the lore and, like, being a part of a fandom and, like, having things to relate to with people online, like, I've always been like that for as long as I could possibly remember, like, as long as, like, middle school, like, all the way back to when I first started, like, binge watching TV series and, like, being into them and stuff, like, that's generally one of my favorite things is just, like, watching a TV series, obsessing over it, wanting to know every little detail about it, knowing why things were done, why this song was chosen, why or interviews of the actors before and after the show, and, like, all the things, like, I just, like, love to obsess over that stuff, it's just my favorite thing. Um, Other than that, of course, listening to music, like, I love jamming out to musics that make me feel happy, music that make me feel sad, like, musics that bring back memory. I say musics, I'm saying music, songs, sorry, combining the 2. Um, that just bring back memories, and then, of course, volleyball has always been, like, a hobby in my life, and now it is again to this day, is, like, talking about volleyball, watching volleyball, coaching volleyball, playing volleyball, like, so that's one of them there. I think people forget when someone is famous, they forget they are human too with emotions. Yes, exactly, that's literally what I was saying, it's like, it's easy to forget that they're people too because they are such famous figures, like, they are just showing up on everything you do, like, every magazines, movies, TV shows, interviews, the news, like, everything. You just see pictures of them all the time, it's easy to just, like, obsess over them online, but then it's like, people yeah, it's like they are real people, and I as someone and, of course, I'm on no scale compared to these people that we're talking about when it comes to celebrities, but as someone who did grow up on YouTube, has had their entire life on YouTube, on the internet since they were 2 years old, and still to this day, I have my own channel, I have my own social media accounts. As someone who has lived in a small little spotlight with some people at some point in my life, and by that I mean strangers, like you guys are strangers to me, you don't know me personally, you know what I share publicly online. You don't know anything about me personally. You don't know the things I go through on a daily basis. You don't know the people I talk to every single day, the feelings I have, what makes me sad, what makes me like you don't know anything about me personally, if you really think about it. So as someone that's been in that where I've had strangers online make comments about the way I look, make comments about the way I act, the things I say. Sierra looks like this today. Does she do this? I literally on my bubble run video, let me tell you guys this. Some random person I've never seen them before, like a comment, I just ended up blocking them. It's like they're probably some random that just clicked on my video and like never watched me before. But someone commented on my bubble run video where I was running with my mom and it was for fun, doing something active with my mom, which should be enough already, like being active and, like, doing a fun thing with my mom. Someone commented, which I didn't take it to heart, I laughed it off, but, it's one of those, like, "Damn, what was going through your head to say this to a person," right? Someone was like, "It's cool to see someone fat like you doing a run like this." I don't even remember exactly what it said now, but I just remember that was the beginning part of it where it was like, "It's cool to see someone fat like you be able to run like this," or it was something like that, and then they said something else on top of that, and I've gotten comments like that a lot on my dad's videos too, like, whenever I do make an appearance videos, like, "Oh, Sierra's really gained some weight. Sierra's really fat. This, and this. Sierra looks like this." Like, I've gotten those comments for my entire life, from back when I was a kid even, like, not about being fat, but just, like, in general, like, anything, like, about my appearance, about my nose, my face, my hair, the way I act, like, any of the things. When you're seen online and you're a stranger to people, they have what my dad's always called as keyboard confidence. And like I said, I've witnessed it firsthand, and I'm not even on a scale close to someone like Hudson Williams or Connor Story or Cat's Eye or Taylor Swift or any of these people on this large scale, but like I've felt that person, so I can only imagine what it feels like for somebody that big to be constantly bombarded. Like they can't even be on social media because they're constantly bombarded by people who have the confidence to say things like that. I just can't stand it. Like I can't stand to see these people that I care about, even though I don't know them personally, I care about them as people because I care about their art and I care about the things they give me. Like Hudson Williams and Connor Story, they acted so well in Heat Rivalry. Heat Rivalry is such a big show to me. It means so much to me. I love it so much. I love the story so much. I love the books. I love the characters. And so the fact that they brought those characters onto screen as well as the director and then the author of the books, like, but those actors themselves, like what they have brought to this world with the show that they acted in, and it is the thing that blew them up majorly and made them on the spotlight. To see people make comments about the way they look or how this, they're not talented, they're not this, they're not like, it's like, to me, that just breaks my heart because 'cause I'm like, they are real people. Do you realize you're saying this about a real person that could read this comment right now, and it could make them feel sad about themselves, make them feel bad about themselves? Like, I could never do that personally. Like, even on, like, on TikTok comments, on random TikTok videos on my For You page, someone that's not famous, I'll see a comment about their appearance, about them looking fat, them looking ugly, them looking this. And I'm like, I could never, and I mean ever, ever go on my phone and comment, even if it's a random person I've never seen before and probably will never see again, and say, that dress makes you look really bad. Your glasses are way too big for your face, makes you look really ugly. Like, I just don't understand how someone could leave a comment like that on somebody else's page. I don't get it. I think it's so rude, it's so awful. Like, I don't understand how people do it. 'Cause I'm like, would you want someone to say that to your face? Because yes, even though it's on in a comment online on social media, someone's still gonna read that and feel a certain way about themselves, and it doesn't feel good. Like I said, as someone who's had it firsthand, it doesn't feel good. So I don't understand it how people have the audacity and the ability to be so negative about real people. You know what I mean? I don't know, sorry, this is something I'm confident about, like, or not confident, sorry, passionate about. This is something I'm passionate about, and I care really, like I said, I when I watch TV shows and TV shows and movies, I get really, really passionate, not about the art itself, but the people behind it, the people that are a part of it, and I care a lot, so when I see stuff like that, it just really upsets me. How's your mom and dad and your brother and your family doing? They're all doing pretty well, I'd say. My brother seems really, really happy to be home. He seems like he's really enjoying being back home with his friends here and with me and my parents back at home. So my parents are good. Same old, same old. Favorite TV show, as I was just saying, Heated Rivalry is like my top, like in general, like the thing right now. But I just watched Off Campus, really into that right now. And then in general, I always have my favorite TV shows that have just been favorites for a long time. Things like Glee, Supernatural, Once Upon a Time, Arrow, Flash. I've had a lot of shows. Like I said, it's my thing. I obsess over everything I watch. Oh shoot, sorry. Sorry if you answered this, but how did Bryce like watching your dad? Seems like he liked it. Today was his first day, so I'm sure you guys will hear about it in the vlog and maybe Bryce vlog today too, and he'll put it in a video at some point. But at least in my dad's video, I'm sure you'll hear about it tomorrow. But I asked him today when I got home from work. He was already home, my brother, and I asked how his first day went. He said it went good. It seems like it'll be fun for him. Want to see more art content on the channel. I know, I should. I just don't do a lot of art these days. I'm just kind of lazy with it. Like I just don't really paint or draw the way I used to, honestly. So, maybe never say never, but yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying. People are rude. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. That's just I don't know. It's just never been me as a person to be able to be that mean to another person. Like I think it's so rude. But again, it's like literally the keyboard confidence. People think that because it's online, because you can't see their face and you can't say it back to them right away, can't defend yourself right away, that they can just say whatever they want. But it's like again, it's like that's a real person that's gonna read those words, and everyone feels things differently. Like something that you said could really, really affect somebody else and like make them feel really bad about themselves. And, like you don't know what effect it could have on them. So it's just again, it's like I could never, ever, ever like even with a stranger, somebody I don't even know, some random person on TikTok that has 2 likes on there, like, it could be anybody, and I just could never see myself being like say something so rude where they could read that. It's just like, I don't know. What is the temperature? Right now in Arizona, where I live, on the west side, it is currently 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's kinda nice, it's not too hot, it's a high of 84, so sunny. Still warm, but could be worse. And then it is 2 o'clock PM in the afternoon for me. People who can't be nice, better off saying nothing at all. Technically, you're right. I don't properly know you, but I've seen on here and your you're all great family. See, like I said, you guys don't know what you don't know. Like, we are real people. We are a real family. We deal with our own things on the background that we don't share online. Like, you don't know anything about us personally. You know what we choose to share. You know what my dad chooses to share, of course, because he shares every single day. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the main thing is like you can make assumptions because I feel like that was always a thing for me too, like growing up on like YouTube and like especially too like going. I've always gone to public school and of course I've had people in my classes all my life be like, oh my god, your dad's a YouTuber, this and this, and make assumptions about me because of it. Like, sorry, my nose is itchy. Again, it's like you can only know what you know, and you can make assumptions, but it doesn't mean they're true. You can assume that we are a certain way because of what we show, or we this and this. Like it's like you don't know anything about the person that you only know from online stuff, you know? Favorite movie? See, that's a hard question for me too. Like, I don't have one single favorite movie. I've got movies, plural, that I can watch 1,000 times and never get tired of. For example, Harry Potter movies, specifically the first one, Sorcerer's Stone, and the fourth one, Goblet of Fire. I was just watching a little bit of that last night to fall asleep too. Pitch Perfect, specifically the first one, but any of them. Like, I've watched those movies 1,000 times. Hunger Games, specifically the first one and the second one. Um, Yeah, I guess those are the first ones that come to mind, like, movies that I can literally watch over and over and just never get tired of. I can literally quote them because the amount of times I watch them, but I love them so much, like, I don't get tired of them. But again, that's just me as a person. I'm like that with TV shows and movies, like, I can watch things over and over and over and not get tired of them. Like, it's like a comfort thing. But it's the same thing with music, right? Like, you listen to the same songs over and over and over again, never get tired of them. They're catchy, you get them stuck in your head, like, thinking about them constantly, like, that's me with movies and TV shows, so what grade are you in college? I'm gonna be a senior in college this year. I'm on summer break now, but I will be a senior. Year 4, about to get my bachelor's degree, which is super exciting. Would you help your dad at the warehouse even though you have a job already? I mean, yeah, like if you wanted help, I wouldn't get a job there like what my brother's doing. Like my brother's like getting a job there, like they're gonna pay him hourly for whatever days he does go there. I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't need to. Like I said, I do have a job. I technically have 2 jobs. I mean, yeah, I have 2 jobs. Like, it used to be, my job and then I babysit. Now I don't really babysit that much just because a lot of the families that I babysit, like, one of the the main family I babysit for moved, so, like, they don't even live here anymore, and then my other families that I babysit for are just very, like, occasional whenever they need me, like, date nights and stuff like that, so, like, I don't babysit very often anymore, but now I coach, so, like, with that free time that I used to spend babysitting, I coach now, so I technically have 2 jobs, like, I get paid from work and then, um coaching. So I don't need another job on top of that. But if they needed help with something, of course, like if they were like the day that they moved warehouses, like me and my mom both and my brother, I think. I think it was before he moved to college. I don't remember. Um sorry, I lose my train of thought. I start reading comments and then I forget what I was talking about. I say that all the time. What was I saying? Oh, the day that they yeah, bro, I do that so often. Like that's like such a me thing. I like forget what I'm saying. I'm like, and then I start thinking about what I was trying to think and then I forget. Anyway, that day that they moved warehouses, like we came and helped them just because it's like to have extra hands. Like if they ever needed help with something like that or something specific, like they needed extra hands for a day, like yeah, I'd go down there if I could, like if I didn't work or I had free time. Like, but I mean, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't work there because I don't need to. Favorite season, like as in like fall, summer, winter, spring. I've always said fall, just in general. It's my favorite time of the year. Like um, October, November, like my favorite months. I love Halloween. I love Halloween vibes, fall vibes. My birthday's in November, even though my birthday's basically winter Christmassy because it's November 29th. So it's like the end of November, borderline like going into Christmas. It's when people already like have their Christmas trees up and listen to Christmas music. So even though my birthday's in November, it feels like December-y, Christmassy. But just in general, that time of the year, like fall, November, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Even though in Arizona we don't really get fall weather, we don't get the turning leaves and the colored leaves and what you see in movies during Halloween time, but I love like I said, that vibe. Like even though we don't get it where I live, like I see it in movies and shows. Like that's my favorite. The weather and everything. The pumpkin spice, carving pumpkins, all of that's my favorite. Um yeah, so I'd say that's my favorite for sure. Honestly. I've always said that. It's 90 where I'm at. Yeah, it's supposed to be getting up to the 90s later this week. Um, yeah, by next Monday, so a week from now, the high is 99. So we'll probably be hitting hundreds pretty soon here. I'm not gonna be surprised, honestly. Um, where do you work? I work at BlackRock, the coffee shop. I've been working there for a year and 8 months. I just did the math the other day because I didn't know. I always just say like a year and a half, but I was like, I think it's got to be a little bit more than that. So yeah, it's a year and 8 months. Just trying to be nice with you and all, like I am with everyone. Exactly, because it's like at the end of the day, we are all people. Of course, we're all people in different places of the world, different places of the United States, different ages, different lives, different like backgrounds. Like, so yeah, it's like, but at the end of the day, we're all people. It's like we all have feelings, we all have emotions, we all like, so it's like, yeah, it's like, why not just be nice to everybody? Clearly, that's a problem in society right now. Your birthday's November 26th. Nice. Yeah, mine's the 29th. My dad's is the 19th of November. They both have November birthdays. I've had two boyfriends in the past, but I am currently single. And I like it. I like being single. I like just being on my own. Nothing to worry about. Also, because the two boyfriends I ever had started when I was in high school, so it's kind of nice to be an adult and not have a relationship and just kind of do, like I said, whatever I want. Just kind of chill. Bro, I don't know if I had like an allergic reaction earlier or if I got bit by something. It's kind of gone away now, so that makes me think it's probably an allergic reaction. But I'm not surprised because I'm like allergic to most random things. I'll like brush against something and like I have hives and I'm like, all right. But at work earlier this morning, I had like my arm kept itching. I finally looked down and I had like, it's basically gone now, but it looked like a hive. But it was literally one single one. So that's why I was like, is it a bug bite? I don't know. But it's kind of gone now. But it was like a white bump and it was all red around it. So it kind of looked like a hive. um, but it's gone now. Would you ever visit any part of Mexico? So for sure I would. I wish I have already, but I haven't. The most common one, at least for Arizonans, is Rocky Point. Everyone goes to Rocky Point for like spring break and vacations and stuff. I've never been before. But my best friend, her parents own a house, I think in Rocky Point, and they like rent it out during peak times, like summer, spring break, like as an Airbnb or something. And she's always talked about on like a weekend or days that they don't rent it out for people to take me there so we can go and I can visit, but I've never done it. And then my parents went to what was it called? Anyone remember from the vlogs? My dad, when he vlogged it. Where did they go? It was somewhere they had to fly. They could That's what I was gonna say. Rocky Point's drivable, so that's why it's like popular for Arizonans to go for vacations because you can drive there just like you can drive to California for a vacation. But where they went, they had to fly. So it must have been deeper, like South Mexico. For some reason I want to say Cancun, but I don't think that was it. Where the heck did they go? Mexico vacation spots. Uh, I always have to look things up. Cabo. They went to Cabo. Couldn't remember that. Yeah, my parents went to Cabo. They loved it there. So again, I would definitely go if I get the chance, if I have the opportunity to. I'm sure it will happen eventually. My brother, he went to Rocky Point twice now. He went sometime last summer and then he went over spring break with his friends. I just haven't had the opportunity. Like I haven't been invited or haven't like made plans with anybody to go. What are you currently watching? I've finished Off Campus in literally one day. I watched it all in one day, so now I'm rewatching it because, again, as I've said, I rewatch things constantly all the time. Like once I obsess over them, like it's my favorite thing to do. But especially like in general with the first time watch of a show, if I really really enjoyed it, especially a show like Off Campus or Heated Rivalry that it's like literally only like Off Campus 8 episodes, Heated Rivalry 6 episodes long, like so short that it's like you could fly through it in one night in one day. And then it's like, whoa, it's a lot to take in at once. If you miss little details, you're just taking it all in for the first time. So, I like to rewatch it and then like now that I know what to expect, I'm not like what's gonna happen next. Like I have no idea what to expect next. Now I do. I know what to expect. I know what happened. So it's like I'm not like I know when things are gonna happen. I can fast forward through parts that I'm like, okay, I want to just rewatch this part again. Like so I'm rewatching it now, but yeah, Off Campus is the new thing. Obviously, Heated Rivalry, I've been rewatching it since I first watched it. There was a time where I would literally watch it every single night before I went to bed. I would just put it on, like, whatever episode and just fall asleep to it. Now I've gone away from that a little bit because, there's other things I want to watch, like Off Campus, or for a while there, I was actually watching Lab Rats. I love lab rats. Like that was one of my favorite shows on Disney as a kid. And it was one of those shows that like we couldn't always watch, me and my brother, because it was on Disney XD, which was a channel that we didn't have on like our cable network all the time. So like we couldn't always watch it. And so when we could watch it, we'd like freak out over it and be super, super excited. And so I like finally when it came out on Disney Plus, obviously once we got Disney Plus all those years ago, um, I could actually rewatch it all and like watch every episode, like the ones I've never seen before, like rewatch them and stuff. So I actually just recently rewatched that entire show, and I started watching the Lab Rats Elite Force, which I need to watch it just because I've never actually watched that all the way through. But it's just not as good. It's not the same. It's not the original Lab Rats, and I never really watched Mighty Med that much, so I don't care as much about that storyline and those characters. But yeah, I love Lab Rats. So and then currently also watching like Harry Potter. Like I'm into Harry Potter right now, like watching because I want to rewatch them with Bryce because me and my dad just recently rewatched the entire series in order before we went to Universal in December. And so me and Bryce just recently watched the first one, and I want to kind of go through a marathon with him too and rewatch them just because he hasn't seen them all in a long time. Like he's only seen certain ones. He's seen all of them, but like some of them he's probably only seen like once or twice, like the first time he watched them, and like hasn't watched them again since. So definitely want him to watch them again for sure. Me and my parents are thinking about taking vacation to Arizona. Cool. I know some people are like, why would you vacation to Arizona? I mean, I can see the appeal, especially if you live somewhere that's like snowy and cold and like you want to be in that warmer weather. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, you could go to California and have a beach. But Arizona, like, there's a lot of fun things to do here too. I mean, again, a lot of people say otherwise, but I'm like, there's fun things you can find to do here. Like, I don't know, for example, like Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. I don't know if that's like a unique thing that we have here. That I don't know if like how many other states have. Obviously, there's other states that have Six Flags that we don't have, but we have Six Flags Hurricane Harbor, which used to be called Wet and Wild. Um, Again, I don't know if there's a lot of states that have those as well or not, but like we have that, which is a fun like water park. We've got a lot of water parks. We've got like Lake Pleasant. You can go or Lake Powell even, which is like northern Arizona, like almost like to Utah, but like different lakes that you can vacation by and rent. Like boats and jet skis and yeah, and then yeah, same thing like Tombstone. There's Tucson. There's a lot of there's Flagstaff. You can come vacation to Flagstaff. Flagstaff is a beautiful city. Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel like Arizona is one of those, but I live here, so I don't know what it could look like or feel like to other people who don't live here. But even as someone who's lived here my whole life, I feel like there are a lot of things that can be fun. I think just some people that live here and are like, "Why would you come here? This place sucks. This place is boring. It's too hot." But I'm like, okay, but think about it from someone else's perspective that lives in freaking I don't know Chicago or Nebraska or I don't know. Those are like I've never been to Nebraska, but some random Midwest state, and you've never been to I don't know, like a warm state. You've never been to the desert before. Like I don't know, like that's me personally. Like whenever I go to somewhere that's like all green and woods and like whenever I visited Wyoming for the first time, I was like mesmerized, like, oh my god, it's so pretty here. Because for me, I've grown up in the desert. So it's like I'm used to like the brown mountains, the desert, the cacti, like I see snakes and scorpions and javelinas and but it's like so if I go to somewhere where the normal is like green trees and squirrels and the first time I saw fireflies in real life, that was in Northern New York, I think I saw those maybe, or maybe it was another state. I don't know, but like seeing things like that's cool to me. So I'm like, I've never grown up living around that stuff, and so it's like, but so I could see it being the same way for someone that's never been to Arizona before and never been in a desert before, and be like, wow, this is cool. This is different. See a cactus for the first time. I remember one time me and my parents, my brother, we were just doing like a little staycation, probably somewhere like Scottsdale or somewhere else in the valley that was like a little like a nice hotel. Like maybe it was even the Wigwam, I don't know, like a staycation. And we got like room service one of the nights, and they brought with our like room service tray with our food on it, like a little plant thing with a cactus in it. And my brother was he's like, why would they put a cactus in here? Like we see cacti all the time. And my dad was like, okay, but think about it. If someone is from out of town and they're staying at this hotel, maybe it's their first time in Arizona, or they've never visited a place like this, like seeing a cactus is kind of cool to them because they never see them where they live. And I'm like, oh, that's a good way to put it, honestly. So it's kind of just the way you got to think about it, I guess. Any scorpions at this house like that house? No, let's not wish upon that. No. Do you ever get recognized in public? Fans ask to take photos or ask for your autograph? Not in a long time. Maybe like when I was a kid, like at our peak, like I don't know, I'd say like 2015 2016, I think is what my dad would consider our peak for the channel of like when it was like the most popular. We got the most views. Like, I don't know, we were in that daily vlogging family vlog life. We'd go to like Playlist Live, VidCon, like that era when we, were more, into that YouTube world. Um, yeah, like people would ask to take pictures with us in public, or like we'd be at the mall and be like, "Oh my gosh, are you Clintus TV? Like, can we get a picture?" Or my dad would, put them in the vlog and things like that. And then I know like at one point, like I said, it was sometime when I was either sixth grade or younger because it was my first house. That's how I like, group my memories is like each house that I've lived in. So our first house, we lived in that house until I was in sixth grade. So some point when I was a kid, like younger than that, we used to do these little things where someone could like ask for either a video from us where we'd like say a video like, "Hi, so and so, like nice to meet you, this and this, answer a question or something." Or like there'd be ones where like they'd get a picture of us and like we'd sign it, which I think that is crazy to me. Like I forget about that. I'm like, no way people are actually like paying for like pictures of us for us to sign. Like I think that's just a weird concept to me because I'm like, I've never felt like a celebrity in that way where I'm like signing pictures of people seems like really weird to me. But we did do that for like a little bit of time. But nowadays, no. Like we were actually just talking this last night at dinner. My dad does get recognized often. Like he was just talking about like in the past like week or two, he's been recognized or asked, "Are you from Clintus? Like, are you Clintus?" Like 3 times in the past like week or two. And it's like cool now because a lot of times people like my age, like in their 20s or even Bryce's age, and they're like just at their job, like working at QT. My dad's just going to QT, and they're like, "Wait, like, are you Clintus?" And then like they're like, "Oh my god, I watched you when I was a kid. I watched you when I was like 10, and now they're like 21, 20, like." It's just like that happens a lot now where like my dad will meet people that are like either used to watch our videos, maybe they don't really watch us now, but like they remember us as like when they were kids. As for me though, I don't know the last time I was recognized. It's been a while. I remember there was one time where me and my mom went to the mall. It was just the two of us, this was really strange to us because again, it's normally Bryce or my dad that gets recognized. They're the popular ones. And like it was just the two of us shopping at the mall, and like it was someone that was working at the Foot Locker store. I was like going to buy shoes, and she's like, "This is so random," but she's like, "Are you guys from Clintus TV?" And we were like, "Yeah, we are actually." She's like, "Oh my god, this is so cool! Like I watched you guys when I was a kid. Like I can't believe it." And we're like, "Oh my gosh, like I can't believe you recognize us when my dad's not even here." Like that again, that doesn't happen very often. I feel like that's one of my most, and that was like I think right before my freshman year of college. I'm sure there's been times since then, but like that's the one that I remember like the most, and like feels the most recent that I remember. But I don't know. It's natural to want to rewatch your childhood TV shows. Oh, of course. And like I'm the type too where I'm like I still generally love. Of course, they're a little cheesy, they're a little corny. It's like it's a Disney kids show, but still peak TV, bro. Like peak storyline, peak villains. Like I still like love to watch them. Like I still get really into them. My fiance would like to come to the USA sometime. That'd be awesome. Where are you from? Where do you live? Sorry if you've already told me that. I don't remember. Never been to America. One day I would like to though. There's many different places. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. See, I can't even imagine like if you're like, I mean that's the same thing for me. Like I've never been out of the country. I've never been out of America. But I'm like I can't even imagine like coming from somewhere else like wanting to visit America. It's like where do you start? Like there's all the different states in America. That's like where would you want to visit if you were to come to America for the first time? Like I would say maybe New York, Washington D.C., California, like the ones that like stand out, I guess probably the most in like movies and TV shows like LA, New York City, Washington D.C., maybe Florida, like Orlando, like the vacation spots I would assume is unless you have family that you're visiting, like I feel like that would make the most sense probably. But again, it's like I guess it's what you're looking for in a vacation or what you're looking for in a trip. You got to do your research and see which places have what you're looking for. Are you still friends with your childhood friends? It depends on what you consider childhood friends now because I am 21 and like now it's like I would consider Reagan a childhood friend at this point because we've been friends since we were 12 and that's a kid, like we were kids, we were 7th grade, 12, 13-year olds when we met. So Reagan I would consider a childhood friend. Even my best friend Michaela, like she's a high school friend, like I've known her since high school. But if you're talking like my friends like since elementary school, not really. Like, I know a lot of people still ask about, like, Lucy and Tati. I still follow Lucy on, like, social media and everything. I don't know the last time I really talked to her. I know she's popped into some of my live streams before, like, on TikTok maybe when I've done, like, TikTok lives, but I don't really talk to her much, like, personally anymore, and I haven't seen her since we moved all those years ago. Whereas Tati was a little bit of a different situation because, um, when we when we moved from our first house to our new house, she happened to move to the same area. So we ended up, even though we moved, we went to the same middle school together too. And then once we split for high school, that's when we kind of like weren't as close as much. We'd still hang out every now and then throughout high school, but she went to a different high school than me. So we had completely different groups of friends. She always did cheer. I, of course, had volleyball. And so like we just had like different high schools. And then especially since we've gone to college, we've hung out like once. We hung out like maybe, I don't know, a year ago now, and like nothing ever bad happened. It just you just grow apart. Like we were friends when we were really really young, and then like we like I said went to different high schools. You have completely different lives, different friend groups, different everything. So, but again, I follow her on social media still. Like text her on her birthday. Like sometimes slide up on her stories or Instagram, like whatever, and keep in touch. But like I wouldn't consider us like close friends anymore. You know, but yeah, it happens. I tell people there's more to Illinois than Chicago. Yeah, of course. I mean, Chicago's like the main, like where everyone goes to visit for things, but I'm sure there's a bunch of things in Illinois that are exciting, fun to visit. Have you ever been to Oklahoma? I've never been to Oklahoma. I've been to a lot of states. I'm one of those weirdo girls who like to keep things in my notes. I'm sure most people do, but I don't know. It's a me thing for sure. I have a notes on my phone of all the states I've been to. So I can give you guys the list. 22 out of 50 of the states is what I've been to because I counted them and kept track. I've been to Alabama. Forgot about that. Oh my god, I have been to Alabama. Arizona, of course, is where I live. California, I've been to Colorado. Here, okay, you know what? I'll tell you which states I've been to and why. Because, I don't know. Because, again, I'm weird like that. Alabama, we went to one time for a sponsored trip. It was, what was this, like, little town we went to? It was, like, a little town that we were, like, advertising. It had, like, an amusement park. Owa? For some reason, I want to say Owa. It started with an O. It was a small little town that we were, like, advertising. That's why we got sent out there to, like, take videos and stuff. It was, like, an amusement park, and then we went to, like, a comedy show, like, a few different things there. It was really humid, really hot, but been there. Been obviously, I live in Arizona. Been to California. That is just, like I've been to California so many more times than I can count just because that's, like, that was always our number one vacation spot growing up. We'd go to San Diego, Mission Beach. I've been to San Francisco, LA, Universal Studios, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, SeaWorld. Like, I've just been to California more times than I can count. Like, that's our vacation spot growing up. Colorado, I think I've been just once. I went to Denver for volleyball. Delaware. Oh, okay. I was like, when have I been to Delaware? I'm like, why did I check that off? Okay, a couple summers ago, the first summer when I was dating Jacob, I went to New York with him to visit his like mom's side of the family. They all live out in New York and New Jersey. And then while we were out there, we road trip down to Delaware to visit his other grandma because his mom's mom lived in New York, but then his dad's mom lived in Delaware at the time. Now she lives in Philadelphia, I think. I don't know, but we went and drove down to Delaware. So I count it because I stayed there for hours and like was in the state, but I don't know. I guess it's always a matter of like how do you count things. Like I don't count states that I've just flown into, like the what's it called? What's it called? Oh my god, I hate when I have brain farts. I genuinely it pisses me off so bad. Whenever you're on a flight and like you fly, what is that called? Oh my god, can someone help me? I hate this. Um, when you're on a flight and you stop in another state and then you get on another plane and go fly to where you're actually going. Whatever the heck that is called. Layover, thank you, thank you, a layover, oh my god, I hate when I do that, so annoying, I'm like, I know the word, but it just, like, complete brain fart, that happens too often too. Um, yes, a layover. I don't count those states where if I've only been there like, I've been to Georgia for a layover a couple times, but I've never left the airport, I didn't visit the state, you know? So in that sense, I don't count those states, but I counted Delaware because 'cause I'm like, technically we road trip through there. We drove through the neighborhood that she lived in and like got to see a little bit of the city. So I count it, you know? So that was that. Florida, same thing. Been there multiple times for multiple different trips. Mostly originally went there for like conferences, like Playlist Live. Been to Orlando a couple, I think maybe twice. And then me and my dad went for GCX Guardian. Wait, it used to be called Guardian Con. When we went, that was the summer before my freshman year, and it was Orlando, I think, and then we went to Universal Studios there, which was really cool. And then just a couple of years ago, I think 2024, the only family that I have that lives out of Arizona, they live in Panama City Beach. It's my mom's oldest sister, my aunt, cousin, and uncle. They live in Panama City Beach, and I went there a couple summers ago with my grandparents to visit them. So I've been to Florida many times. Idaho, been there for that road trip we did the summer before my freshman year when we it was also a sponsored trip. We flew to Wyoming and then did a road trip home to Arizona in the Chrysler van. So we went to Boise. Oh, wait, sorry. Boise, Idaho, yeah. And then Illinois, been there a couple times, I think just twice. Chicago for volleyball my junior year of high school. And then obviously, if you guys saw my vlog, I just went there earlier this year in February for Jacob's boot camp graduation. It was in Chicago because that's where the Navy boot camp base is, Great Lakes, Chicago. And then Massachusetts, I forget about that one too. That was a little trip that we did, also sponsored to advertise um that's whatever town we were in for Massachusetts. I think that was the one where we lost our phones in the canoes or kayaks. I think they were canoes. I think that's what that trip was, but I don't remember. Oh no, wait. That was Mississippi. Sorry. See, getting mixed up. Mississippi is the one where we did a sponsor trip. I'm sorry. Massachusetts was also on that trip with Jacob and his mom when I visited New York. Like I said, we were visiting New York because that's where all of his family lived. But then on that trip over the week, we drove to different places. Like we drove to New Jersey at one point to visit his aunt and uncle. We drove to Delaware to visit his grandma. And then at one of the days, we drove to Boston, Massachusetts. That's right, right? Boston. Sorry, yeah, I get them all mixed up. Especially like I said, states I've literally been to like one time. Yeah, Boston, Massachusetts. We went there to me and Jacob. His mom drove us, but then me and him went, and we went to the Basketball Hall of Fame. So again, literally only went to that state for that one single thing and like for a couple hours in that day. But I'm like, I count it 'cause it's like to be going to the Basketball Hall of Fame, you have to be in Boston. So it's like, okay, count that. Then Mississippi was the one that was the sponsored trip. Missouri, St. Louis for volleyball. Nevada, of course, been there multiple times for Vegas, mostly for volleyball, basketball tournaments, Vegas trips. That's a close one. New Jersey, as I mentioned before, New York, as I mentioned before. I've been to New York, but I've never been to New York City, so I'd still love to do that someday. Like I said, we visited New York State, but his family lived in like northern New York and Saratoga Springs. So visited the state of New York, but I've not been to the city. So that'd be cool. Ohio. Oh, I went there for right after I graduated high school. I went there for adult nationals volleyball tournament, Columbus. Pennsylvania, went there, went to Philadelphia for a tournament. Tennessee, went there for a different sponsored trip for YouTube stuff. Texas, my family that now lives in Panama City Beach used to live in Texas, so I've been there at least 3 times to visit them when they used to live there. Dallas. Utah, went there my senior year of high school for volleyball. Salt Lake City. Virginia, been to Washington D.C. Washington State, been there once, went to Seattle for a vlogger fair years ago. And then Wyoming. Those are the states I have been to. Like I said, 22 out of 50 of the states, which I feel like is a lot, but there's still a lot more that I could go to. Oh, hello, Juan. Yes, I've been to Nevada. Yes. I don't have any reason to visit Oklahoma, but I'm sure someday, one day, something will take me there. Ooh, is it Carly or McCarley? Not sure what to call you, but got into ASU. That's super exciting. So you have your associates already. So you're doing basically what I did. You got your associates, and now you're gonna go for your bachelor's. That's super exciting. I've liked ASU so far. Like I said, as what you just said, like I started with community college, so I didn't really get that like university experience. Like I didn't live in the dorms. I didn't live in Tempe. And I still live at home with my parents. I did do a semester in person in the Tempe campus. I don't know which campus you're going to be on. I'm assuming engineering is the Tempe campus, but I'm not sure. I know depending on which school you're in, fit different. Like my cousin Mason, he's going to the Cronkite School of Journalism and Communications, and that's at the downtown Phoenix location. Whereas education, Mary Lou Fulton, is Tempe or West Valley. Um, Oh, it's gonna be the Polytech campus. Cool. I've never been there before, actually. I've been to West Valley and I've been to Tempe, but I've never been to the downtown Phoenix campus, I don't think. Which I'm sure I will now that Mason goes there. I'm sure we'll go there for some reason at some point. Um, no need to spam comments. All right, guys. I get there when I get there. I get down the list. but don't be spamming in the comment section. Okay. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I did one semester in Tempe, but we live all the way in Buckeye, like way west Arizona. So the drive to Tempe without traffic is like maybe 45, 50 minutes, but with traffic, I was driving like an hour and a half there and back. So I would have my classes 2 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays last fall. And so I would leave at like, what time would I leave? 7:30, 8 a.m. And I'd have classes all day. And then like on Tuesdays, I had one less class than I did on Thursdays. So Tuesdays, I would be done by like 4:15 p.m. And like I did this whole thing where I would stay with my grandparents for a couple days because they had a little bit closer of a drive than at home. But on the days like on Thursdays when I would come back home after class, I would not be leaving until like 6-ish, maybe. And there and back, it would take me an hour and a half to get home with traffic. And so that was just super, super frustrating. And then I also had my internship for my classroom in Tempe as well. So that was 3 days a week that I was driving that drive about an hour and a half there and back. And it was just awful. And then I got offered this coaching position and I really, really wanted to do like I was really, really excited about it. And I hated the drive and I wasn't gonna have any plans of moving out anymore. So I was like looking into online. So now I'm online. So I can't really speak on like being an in-person student anymore as I only did like one semester of it. But even online, like I still love it. I think you have great opportunities. Like they still offer a lot of things. Like you're still considered a student. So like you have like you can go to games for free, like football, volleyball, hockey games. I think any of them you can go for free. I used my free ticket once for volleyball and once for football. And I'm pretty sure you have one free ticket and then you can bring another person for like a discounted ticket into the student section with you. Like if it's like normally like $20 for a um football game in like like the seated sections, like you can get your friend in for like $10 in the student section or something like that. So it's good stuff. And I like being like a Sun Devil. Like I like being part of like ASU. Like I think it's cool. I'm happy and excited and like proud to be getting my degree from ASU. So even though I'm an online student, but yeah, that's super exciting for you. I'm happy for you. That's super cool for sure. And engineering, that sounds you're getting engineering, bachelor of science in Oh wait, sorry. Okay, so you're getting a degree in cybersecurity, but it's the oh shoot. Oh. I accidentally just like exited out of my screen for a second. You're getting a degree in cybersecurity, but it's the engineering school. Got it. Cool. I forget like education is so like just education. Like it's the Mary Lou Fulton. Technically, it used to be called the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. Now it's the Mary Lou Fulton College of Teaching and Learning Innovation. It's like a longer name now. But I have an I'm getting my degree in elementary education. Do you and your family ever go to Tucson often? Do you like it over there? I have not been to Tucson in a long time. Actually, not true. Sorry. We haven't visited Tucson just for fun in a really long time. I don't know the last time. I've mostly been to Tucson like in recent years for volleyball. Like during my high school season, I think my sophomore season, we had a game or like a tournament in Tucson, so we drove down. And then just like in February for beach season that I was coaching, our first game of the season, I think it was like Tucson, I think it was close to like where U of A is. We had a game there. So again, like didn't really like visit there. I was there for like volleyball, but didn't really like visit there. So, I don't know. Yeah. Oh boy. Will you ever be will you ever be gym girly and film at the gym? Are you doing going to start streaming gaming content? Um, I kind of am a gym girly. No, I'm just kidding. I go to the gym. I do. I go to the gym 3 days a week. But I don't know if I'd film at the gym because I don't like to be there any longer than I have to be. I go in and get out. Like I'm normally there between 45 minutes and an hour. I follow my workout plan and then I get out. Like I really don't like to be there longer than I have to. And I wouldn't want to get in other people's way, and I wouldn't want to accidentally film other people working out. Like it's too much of a hassle for me. Like I wouldn't want to film at the gym, honestly. And then, are you gonna start streaming game content? I do want to. I asked my dad about it. I play on PS4 still. I don't have like a nice gaming setup like my dad or my brother, and I literally play on a PS4 still. I don't even have a PS5. So I asked my dad, I was like, "Am I even able to stream for my PS4?" And he said yes. I don't know if I'd be able to like have my face recording while I'm streaming, so it'd probably just be like the gameplay and like my voice talking while I'm streaming. But I probably will test that out sometime soon. I wanted to stream me playing Hogwarts Legacy because I just started playing that recently. And it's been kind of fun. But even like other games too, like I could stream me playing like The Sims 4 or like even Fortnite or something silly like that. But yeah, I probably would. I do not play an instrument. I played trombone in 6th grade for a little bit. And then I moved schools and I didn't start band in my next school and I didn't do it or anything in high school. I've never been super even though I love like musicals and I love music and, like, singing. I don't sing. Like, I like to sing in my car in the shower. Like, I'm not much of a musician. I was more into, like, the visual arts in high school. I did, like, painting and drawing, mostly like that, but I did learn, like, maybe 1 or 2 songs on piano, like, on keyboard at one point. I don't remember them now. I used to know the Hogwarts theme songs. Back in, like, elementary school in my music class, we had to pick 1 song to learn and then, like, perform it to our teacher, and I picked the Hogwarts Harry Potter theme song. And I learned that, so I can still play, like, the first doon 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 doon. That's all I remember. I don't know the rest. And then I knew Fur Elise, like, again, a part of it. Probably Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Like, things like that where I was like, I learned it for a music class and then forgot it after. But so yeah, I can't be considered one that plays an instrument. I know my class for the fall is every day of the week, 2 on certain days and 1 for the rest of the week. Okay, so you're gonna be like a fully in-person student. Are you gonna be living on campus then? I don't know if you said, are you from here or are you gonna be moving to Arizona for ASU? Like, did you go to community college here? If you don't mind me asking, if you did go to community college here, where did you go? I went to Estrella Mountain Community College. But unless you went to one in a different state, then I probably wouldn't know it. But yeah. Mom graduated with her bachelor's in early childhood development. That's cool. Yeah, there's early childhood education, elementary education. ASU just recently started offering a middle school education, like for if you specifically want to teach middle school, and then there's secondary, which is normally like middle through high school. But yeah, I'm elementary education, which is like K through 8. See you later, Serial. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. Just graduated with my nursing degree from University of Kentucky this past Friday. I'm so ready. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Congrats to you. That's a big deal to like graduate with your nursing degree and be a nurse. That's super exciting. My best friend is a nursing major. She just got into nursing school. So she did her like first 2 years of college at NAU with like her general studies and all that stuff. And then she just got into nursing school finally. She's been working really hard. This is her 3rd nursing school she's applied for because the last 2 she barely didn't get in, and she's still been working at it and trying to get in. So yeah, she just got into nursing school, so I think she has about a year and a half before she would graduate, maybe. So I'm super excited for her too. It's super exciting. Like it's a thing to be proud of for sure. I do not have any fur coats. I don't know if that's really my thing. I don't know if I'd want any fur coats. I guess not really, didn't really fit my style. I don't really know what my style is, but I don't think a fur coat would be it. When it comes to like, I mean, I live in Arizona too. Like that's kind of heavy for Arizona. Like it doesn't ever really get cold enough to wear like a thick fur coat. Like if it's cold enough, like I wear like I have like a corduroy like puffer that my mom got me for Christmas this year, and then I have one that's like not a denim jacket, but it's similar to a denim jacket, but it's not denim. Like it's like a coat that like buttons up. Um, but it's really not ever that cold to be wearing those. Like there's a very small amount of time in Arizona where it's cold enough to wear those. And other than that, I just wear like crew necks and hoodies. So happy Monday. It's Monday. Yeah. Hello. Person who's new here. I don't really know. Hers only for life. Welcome to the chat. Just hanging out. I live in Arizona. I live more like towards Gilbert, Queen Creek area, and I went to Central Arizona College. Gotcha. Okay, well, if you live over in that side of town, then driving to Tempe, I'm sure isn't that bad. For me, like, 'cause I literally live far west, like Buckeye, on your way to California. So that drive on the I-10 to Tempe, not fun during peak traffic hours, for sure. But I'm sure, yeah, if you already live on the east side, I'm sure it's not that bad, honestly. You ever been to Yuma? I'm from Washington State. I don't know if I've been to Yuma. I honestly couldn't even tell you as someone that lives in Arizona. I don't even know which way that is. Is that let me look. I don't know where Yuma is. I'm sorry. So clearly I probably haven't been there. Oops. Towards Maricopa. Okay, yeah, it's where I was picturing it. It's like southwest Arizona, like borderline Mexico, California area. Yeah. So I don't know if I've ever been there, honestly. If I have, it's probably like in passing. Because, like, on the way to California, I'm trying to think of which cities me and my brother passed through on our way to California last summer to Disneyland. Obviously, you go through Tonopah. We went through Quartzsite and Blythe. Yeah, no, Yuma's like far down there. That's like super, super south. We just go straight across, and like I said, we went through Blythe, which that Blythe is considered California. Sorry, it's like right on the border of California, Arizona. So Quartzsite. I think Quartzsite's the last main city that you pass through to get to California, at least from where we drive from to get to California. So yeah, I don't think I have been to Yuma. If I have, then I don't remember it. Like it's some, I'd have to ask my parents. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure if anything, maybe through passing or maybe we stopped there, like on our road trip to California, if that, but not that I have any memories of. Doing pretty good, Brock. How are you doing? Do you still have your trombone? No. I rented that from the school. Like I said, that was back when I was in sixth grade in band, and you got to rent the instrument from the school. So as soon as I was done with that school and like the school year was over, I returned it. And like I said, I didn't keep playing afterwards. Part of me wishes I would because like playing an instrument's really cool. Um, I really don't know why like I don't know, in high school it's like that stereotypical like to be a band kid's like not cool, but I'm like it's really freaking cool to play an instrument, like to be able to play an instrument, especially like marching band, like being able to like memorize songs and play while you're walking around and performing. Like I said, I've never been a musical talent like ever. Singing, dancing, acting, playing an instrument. Like I said, the one time was when I played trombone, which I was in sixth grade, and like my band teacher back then, who knows? But like my band teacher said I was pretty good at it. But it was trombone. I don't know, I played literally for like 1 year. Um, but other than that, like I've never been very musically talented. I've been more like I said visually art talented. Like I painted and I draw and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Are you doing summer classes? Heck no, I've never done summer classes. I give props, credit to people who do, but no, summer is my time to be off of school. I have done I mean, I'm also the type though where I can handle 5 classes at once. I know some people can only handle like 3 or 4 at a time, so then they'll spread them out throughout the year and do summer classes. I can handle 5 classes at a time. So I just like fall semester, spring semester, I do 5 classes. Or even like this last semester, technically I did 6, but it was like two of them were half semesters. So I had one that was like from January to March, and then a different class started from March to May. Um, so I've done that before as well too, where I've taken 6 classes a semester, but again, it's like split up in a way. But yeah, I'm the type where I'm like when it's school season, like fall or spring, I'm locked in. I've got a ton of classes. I got a lot of homework, a lot of assignments, but I'm like, that's what summer break's for. It's a break. I don't have any schoolwork during the summer. But I've had a lot of friends who do like right now, actually, Reagan, the one I said that just got nursing school, she's like on a weird schedule where she just started school in May. So now she's in school all summer long, which kind of sucks because like I'm on break. So it's like during the week, I know that she has classes and homework. I don't really bother her during the week. I let her have her studying time. And like, unless she texts me, then like I'll text her back. But like, I try not to bother her too much during the weeks. I know she's got a bunch of studying and like I said she goes to classes and stuff. So then it's like just weekends is like our time to hang out, but that's also her time that she hangs out with her boyfriend because he works during the week. So it's like it sucks because it's like it's summertime. We're supposed to have all this fun time and free time, but it's like she's busy with school. So yeah. Do dance and flute, that's cool. You do summer classes, can't do 5, but next volleyball. That's nice. Love you, Sierra. Love your fam's old videos, like the pranks. Thanks. Do they keep score in beach volleyball? Of course. How would you know who wins or loses? Yeah, the scoring it's similar to indoor volleyball, but indoor volleyball you go to 25 per set, and it's best 2 out of 3, unless you're playing like varsity indoor or like college or um, professional. It's like best 3 out of 5. Honestly, I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah, best 3 out of 5. So it's like oh my gosh, I actually forgot that that was a thing. Oh my gosh, because during like for club season and for beach, it's best 2 out of 3. But yeah, for varsity indoor, it's best 3 out of 5 sets, and then each set is to 25 points for indoor, and then that fifth set, if you go to a fifth set, is best is 15 points, and then for beach volleyball, it's best 2 out of 3, and again, and instead of 25 points, you only go to 21, and then it's to 15 on the third set. And then the way it works for beach volleyball is because for indoor volleyball, you switch sides every set. like you play one set on this side and then you'd switch sides and play the next set on the other side. Whereas for beach volleyball, because it's outdoors and like the sun could play a part, the wind, you switch every 7 points. So every time the score adds up to 7, you switch sides. And then once, at least for Arizona, I don't know if like this for everywhere, but if it's just because it's so hot in Arizona, but once the score adds up to 21, like I said, when it adds up to 21, not when someone gets to 21, when someone gets to 21, you win. When the score adds up to 21, you get a technical timeout, which is basically a timeout for everybody. It doesn't count as one of your called timeouts, and you have a chance to get water and like have a timeout. So yeah, but yeah, the score goes to 21, and then the third set, the score goes to 15. And on that one, you switch every 5 points. Favorite movie trilogy? Trilogy, you mean a movie of 3, right? Because the other day I had to explain that to my brother. He said something about Harry Potter being a trilogy, and I was like, technically it's not a trilogy because there's more than 3 movies. So if you mean like movie of 3, I would say I know Hunger Games is technically 4 movies, but the 2 last movies are split into it's part 1 and part 2. So if you count that as like even though because it's 1 book technically, so it's kind of like a trilogy, I'd count Hunger Games. But obviously now they're coming out like they have like the Songbirds and Snakes prequel, and then like they're coming out the next one, Sunrise on the Reaping. So like, I don't know if it's still considered a trilogy or not, but yeah, Harry Potter. Sorry, Hunger Games, Pitch Perfect. That's 3 movies right there. I love those movies. Yeah, I'd say those are my answers, I guess. Oh, movie slash trilogy. I get it now, but yeah. What has been your favorite year of age so far? That's a tough one. I don't know. I have no idea. Like favorite age, like I feel like you can break it down more to like school years because I feel like that feels more like, oh, this school year was fun. Because I liked my freshman year of high school was super fun. Like obviously it's your first year of high school. It was also pre-COVID, so I feel like it just was different once COVID happened. Like obviously everything changed for a while. It was like online and then like social distancing and like hybrid school. So like things just changed a lot. And then once it went back to normal by the time we were in my senior year of high school, like things were like normal again. But even then, like everything changed for good. Like nothing was ever the same after COVID, obviously, for just everything in general. So my freshman year of high school was a lot of fun. My junior year had a lot of fun things. Obviously, senior year was awesome because like last year of high school was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I don't know. Don't know. What is your what is or was your favorite house to live at? Ooh, that's a good question too. Hmm. Honestly, I really, really loved the rental, even though it was like a rental. We only lived there for like a year and a half, and it was also during COVID. But I think that's also maybe why I liked it so much because it was during COVID. Like we spent a lot of time in that house, and like because it was like quarantine, and like we had to stay home. Like I made a lot of memories, like with my brother. Like we had a lot of fun times. We'd just find random things to do at the house. We'd like paint and like do crafts and like go outside and roller skate, rollerblade. Um, like that. Just that time was a lot of fun. And then before COVID, like when I lived in that house still, like I had a lot of fun with Reagan. And like we just have a lot of good memories in that house. So yeah, I really liked that house, honestly. And now this house I've lived in for a long time. Like I've lived in this house since my sophomore year of high school, which is crazy. So how many years is that now? uh, at least I guess we moved in 2020, so this will be the 6th year. I think it was October of 2020 when we moved into this house, so this will be 6 years. Um, so I mean, yeah, this house has a lot of memories too, honestly. Went through a lot of eras in my life in this house. Like this house, when we first moved to this house, I was still dating my first ex, and then lived in this house with my second ex. And now I live in this house single and an adult, but still living in it, even though I lived in here since high school. Like it's gone through a lot of eras, so a lot of memories in this house too. Yeah. Hello from Ireland. Been watching your dad's video since the one video where Bryce got a PS4. Wow, that's a long time. That's a long time. What have you done on your break? Not much. I've only been on break for like 2 weeks, and the first week of break was super, super busy because it was my best friend's birthday, her 21st birthday, so it's a big one, my brother's birthday, and Mother's Day. So that entire week I was spent like planning buying their gifts and planning for it and everything. So that week was really busy, and then that this last week was my like first like full week of winter summer break. And so yeah, it's been good. Nothing crazy's going on. It's been chilling, been enjoying the free time. You're my favorite. Subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Baby, either you haven't been watching or you're just asking even I don't know if you've watched any of our videos or keep up with us, but my dog baby unfortunately passed away 2 months ago. It was March 23rd, I think was the day she passed. Um so she's no longer with us. But I miss her. I miss her every day. Yeah. It was really rough, honestly. Like it happened really fast. Like she was old. She was 14. So obviously we knew the day was coming sometime soon, but she was such a healthy dog, a healthy old dog, like for an elderly senior dog. She was very healthy. She had no issues. Every time my mom would take her to the vet, like she never had any like obvious like she never got cancer, she never went blind, she never went deaf. Like she never had these like obvious issues that were like, "Oh wow, she's really declining." Like she was great. She was healthy. She still liked to play. She still got up and ran around, played with her toys. She always ate. Like she was still a really healthy and like happy dog. And then like her last like week or two was when she did kind of start to decline, and like it became more and more obvious as the time went on, and it was just like, okay, something's definitely off. And it was one of those like it was hard to tell with her too, because like she would have times where like she just eat something so then her stomach was upset, and like so then she like have diarrhea or like throw up, and she'd just be a little off for like a week or whatever. So we were kind of waiting it out, and then finally a week passed and she was still being weird, like barely eating, barely moving, just kind of hanging out on the couch for longer periods than like normal. Um, and then yeah, her last day was obviously the worst day. It was really bad. I worked that morning, I think. And then I came home with her, or I came home and my mom saw that I got home like on like Live 360, and she called me and was just like, "Hey, like I just want to tell you like I really don't think baby's doing good. Like just hang out with her today, stay downstairs with her today. Like we're going to take her to the vet today, and I just don't know how it's going to go. Like just spend a lot of time with her." Kind of like that phone call, and I was just like of course crying and just like, "Oh my gosh." Um so yeah, I spent that day with her, and like I said, that was her worst day. That day I think she peed herself like twice, and like she wouldn't even get up. She just like would lay down and like pee herself and then just lay in it, and just had no energy, had no motivation to even get up. And she had like this really like she was like breathing really heavy, like you would see her whole body when she moved, like she was just like breathing so heavy. Um and so yeah, we knew it was probably not gonna be good. We just didn't know it was gonna happen the way it did. We thought we were gonna have to put her down. Like we thought we were gonna take her to the vet, and like they would tell us like, "Hey, you're probably gonna have to put her down tonight or tomorrow morning." Like we thought it was like we'd at least have that like decision to make, or like that like we know it's gonna happen. But my mom took her to the vet, and then she passed away just on her own at the vet. She laid down once they got into the room. The vet left for a second. She laid down, and my mom looked down and realized that she wasn't breathing anymore, and she was gone. So, but we in a way, I still got to say bye to her because, that day before my mom took her to the vet, I pet her and looked at her, and I thought I was going to see her again. I told her, I looked her in the face. I was like, I'm going to see you again, baby. Don't worry. I pet her and kissed her, and then I didn't see her again. Well, I did, but it was after she was gone. So I got to see her laying on a table with her eyes closed. Got to pet her one more time. But we got her ashes back. We picked out a cute little urn for her, and we have it sitting next to a picture next to the couch where she always used to lay. And then we have her collar sitting there, and then in my room right now, I'm looking at it. We have our little paw print. Yeah, I miss her every day. Bro, I need this to stop glitching. Oh my gosh, my dad joined. Hello, Clintus. Everyone say hello. Okay, I'm so annoyed. Every time I try to scroll the chat, it keeps like glitching and getting stuck. I'm 33, so I've been watching your dad's channel since his first video he uploaded. You've watched since my dad first uploaded? Really? Really? That's a long time. 19 years. Going to high school. Wait. Going to high school next year, what's the best backpack to have? I don't think it really matters that much. Don't worry about it too much. In high school, I had For most of my years until my senior year, for I had a Vans backpack, and then for my senior year, like, it was a tradition to do, like get, like, kitty backpacks, so I had, like, a little Marvel kitty backpack from Target. But honestly, like, it could be literally anything you want. Like, I don't know if these days I feel like high schoolers these days are different than when I was in high school, but I feel like when I was in high school, it was mostly, like, Vans backpacks, JanSport, it was really popular at one point. I forget what it was even called. I don't know, yeah, I don't think it really matters too much. The backpack I had for college, not again, not that I use it much now since I'm online and just do my schoolwork at home, but, like, when I was on campus, I had a North Face backpack. I don't think it really matters though. Like whatever you like, whatever fits your style, your vibe, whatever color you like. I don't think it matters too much, honestly. I know it seems like it matters. I get it. Like I was your age at one point too. We're like, oh my god, I have to have like a good backpack, a cool backpack. But like, I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. Whatever you like, honestly. And if anyone's not a fan of it, then that's their problem. Everyone's gonna have the backpack that they like. Can you do some more ASL content on your channel? That would be cool. I could. I still know the basics. I definitely lost a little bit of it. Like I can still do the whole alphabet. I know numbers 1 through 9. I know basic like thank you, sorry, please, mom, dad, help. Basic words where like if I had to, I could have somewhat of a conversation with someone in ASL, mostly by like spelling out like finger spelling. But I mean, that would be cool to get back into that. I wish I was fluent in ASL. Like that'd be sick. Like if I could actually like be completely fluent in ASL, that'd be really cool. I could, obviously if I wanted to. But I'm lazy. Will we get another dog? No, not anytime soon, that's for sure. I mean, I know my parents won't anytime soon. My dad always said, like, once baby was gone, like, they would take a break from having a dog and just, um, I know they said they want to get new couches for the living room. He always said once baby, wait till baby passes until they got new couches since she basically was like living on that couch all the time, got dog hair all over it. So I think they want to get new couches, and I'm sure my parents just want to kind of live, especially once I move out. My brother already has moved out, obviously, like he's just here for the summer, but he's already moved out. Like once I move out, I'm sure they want to kind of just live on their own for a little bit, be able to travel, kind of like do what my grandparents did. I feel like it'd be like my grandparents. Um, my mom had a childhood dog when she was growing up, and she also passed away when my mom was probably around my age, except for my mom was already moved out. I think by the time yeah, definitely by the time she was my age. By the time she was my age, she was about to have me. So, yeah, she was moved out with my dad at that point. But she got the call that their childhood dog had passed away, and then my grandparents didn't get a dog until they have Buddy now, and they got him what like 4 years ago or something, and like they're in their 70s. So I'm assuming it'll probably be similar like that. Maybe my mom would convince my dad sooner than that, but I think it would be like later in life once they probably have grandkids too and are retired or something. As for me though, I wouldn't want a dog anytime soon. It's still too fresh. I miss my baby dog, and no one's ever gonna be like baby, that's for sure. But I'm sure later in life, of course, I would get another dog some point, but not anytime soon. 14 years for dogs is a really good life. I'm 33 and I had a dog since it's been through it all with every dog. Yeah. No, yeah, that for sure. I'm happy. I feel like at the end of the day, obviously it was sad the way it happened, but we were all kind of in agreement that was probably the best way it could have happened. We didn't have to make that decision. We didn't have to be like, oh yeah, okay, let's put her down. And we had to schedule a time. And like we didn't have to make that decision. She went on her own and somewhat like as far as we could tell peacefully. Like she never seemed like she was in pain. She was with my mom when it happened, so at least she was with someone that she loved and not by herself alone in the house or something, or like in fear, like getting like as she was getting inspected by the vets, like like it happened peacefully. Um, and yeah, 14 years is a long time. We always guessed probably between 13 and 15 years because based off the breeds that we knew and thought she was, like a Queensland Heeler is said to last 13 to 15 years and labs are said to last 10 to 13 years. So of course once you hit that 10-year mark, that's when like okay, she's hit 10, like she's in the last few years of her life. And yeah, every year that she kept going, it just felt awesome. Like, oh, she, like I said, she was a healthy dog. She was a healthy senior dog. She never really had any obvious problems. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's the best you could have asked for, honestly. Obviously, it happens. Death is inevitable. It happens no matter what, and especially with animals. Unfortunately, they have very short lives compared to humans. So, you know what to expect when you get a pet. It's just unfortunate when it does happen. That's for sure. You have a dog named Siri. That's cool. I have to ask, do you like off campus as much as Seed Rivalry? I don't know. I don't know if it was you that commented because like Loki, your profile picture looks familiar, but someone commented on my recent post that I made about off campus asking the same kind of question, like, are you guys obsessed with that Seed Rivalry? I have to say no. Like Heat Rivalry far surpasses the obsession. Like Heat Rivalry is like it has been my thing for months. Like I'm still obsessed with it the way I was when I first watched it, and I watched it back in January. Like it's almost been 6 months, and I still am obsessed with it. And I've read all the books, and I've watched every interview possible. I'm obsessed with Hudson Story. Sorry, Hudson Williams and Connor Story. Combine their names. I'm like fully invested in love with everything about Heat Rivalry, like the actors, the director, the author of the books, the entire book. Like I'm excited for when season 2 comes out, when the new book comes out next June. Like fully invested in that series, in love with it. Off campus, it definitely caught my attention right away. I could not stop watching. Like the moment I watched that first episode, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna hook me," and I watched all 8 episodes in the same night. Literally stayed up till like 2 a.m. watching it. So yes, definitely into it and obsessed with it right now. And like it's my entire For You page. I'm listening to the soundtrack, like very into it. But I don't think it compares to my love for Heated Rivalry. But I haven't read the books yet. Like it's just so new to me. Like I don't know any of the lore. Like I need to read the books and like get more into the storyline. Um, so yeah, I don't think it compares to Heat Rivalry, but I do really love it. I do think it's a really well done show, and I think, like I said, it hooks you right away. It's got great music. It's got a great soundtrack. The actors did a really great job. I think they had great chemistry. And again, for not reading the books, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I liked the show for as it is. So it's good. We are both going to graduate next year with our teaching degree. You're doing secondary education. Congrats. Good for you. What secondary education, so I'm assuming middle school or high school, but what grade do you want to teach and what subject? Because again, I'm assuming if you're secondary, you're probably looking to see a specific, or you wanted to teach a specific subject. That's not me because I want to teach elementary, so I don't really have a specific subject that I want to teach. I just want to teach all of them and be with the littles. But yeah, can we see the collar? It's downstairs. It's the collar that she wore. I mean, honestly, in her last like year or so of life, she didn't really wear a collar much. She didn't really leave the house. But if she would leave the house, like we went to like my grandparents' house or took her anywhere, she would wear this collar. It's like I said, it's downstairs with her urn and like the picture we have of her in the living room. But it's like a teal color with unicorns on it, and it has like a pink buckle. Obviously, I picked it out. It's literally so cute. Like it's the cutest little collar. It's got unicorns on it. You know me, I like unicorns. So yeah. Heard so many people say they're not gonna get another dog, cat, and then getting it. I think it really depends on the person because obviously it could feel like you don't want to replace the dog. It's not like one of those like, oh, I'll just get a new one. Like they can never replace the dog, but also I could see like someone that has like multiple dogs. Like if you have, let's say you had 2 dogs and one of them dies, I'm sure that one other dog is gonna feel really sad and depressed about missing their dog friend. So like sometimes that's another thing of like people get a second dog to like again not replace them, but like that dog grew up with a dog friend and like they need another dog in their life, or like I said, if you have multiple dogs, I don't know, I can't speak for other people. I'm not saying I don't think it's easy ever to lose a pet. I'm not saying that at all. But for us, like baby was our one and only dog, like ever. We never had any other dog. We never went through many dogs. Like she was the one. She was the only one. So it's like to get another one would just feel really weird because it would really do feel like we're replacing her. And it's like, yeah, it's like I don't need another dog anytime soon. Because even like when I see the other dogs in my life, like Ace and Buddy, like the Bevo's dog and my grandparents' dog, or even my friends' dogs, I like to say hi to them, I like to pet them and be around them. But it's like it just makes me like I'm like, I miss my dog. But it's like now, because I used to feel like that even when baby was still around. I go to a friend's house, I go to family's house, and like pet their dogs. I'm like, man, I love these dogs, but they're not like my dog. My dog's my dog, and I want to go home to my dog, and I want to go home and pet her and kiss her. But it's like now I can't do that anymore. So yeah. How'd you have your hair when you played the trombone? Boy, I don't know. That was years ago. 10 years ago? I was probably like 11, 10 or 11 when I played the trombone, which is crazy. That seems like a really long time ago. Young age to play the trombone. I have no idea though. Love shopping. Me too. Oh boy. Let me catch up on chat. I'm so sorry. I get behind really easily. Yeah, Mason's going to be going to ASU as well. Did Bryce ever change his major? Your dad hinted at it slightly in a while ago, if I remember. Yes, he did. He did. He was a drawing a blank. Fitness wellness major. and now he's a public health major. Sorry, forgot the name of the original one. So now, because he originally wanted to go into athletic training, which you need a master's degree for that, but so he was going to get his bachelor's in fitness wellness and then go into getting athletic training master's degree, but he decided he didn't really want to do athletic training anymore. He doesn't really know exactly what he wants to do, but he figured public health was a better major, so that way it's more broad in general, so he can kind of figure it out. And that way, I know he wants to travel too. So like if he does public health, like that's like a community health kind of thing where it's like you travel to help communities with medicine, I think. I don't know exactly. But yeah, he did switch his major. Baby Buddy and Ace, at least you can see Buddy and Ace. Yeah, I do get to see Buddy and Ace. I do love those dogs. They're my second favorite dogs. Baby was always my favorite. Me too. I love back to school shopping videos. Those are my favorite. I redid my entire room. That's cool. I honestly, I've told Bryce this recently. This is the most I've ever loved my room, especially in this house. I remember when we first moved to this house, I hated this room. I don't know why. Like I hated the way I decorated it, or it wasn't decorated, and I just hated it. But my room now is like the most decorated it's probably ever been in any of my houses, and it's just full of me. Like you walk into this room and you're like, yeah, this is Sierra's room. Like it's got all the things I love. It's got a lot of color. It's got a lot going on, and I think it just describes me very well. I like to consider it a maximalist room. Like I said, you walk in and it's just like, whoa, what do I look at? There's a lot to look at. But that's kind of how I like it. So every wall's covered with something. Yeah, literally every single wall is covered with something. There's only blank spaces like on my TV wall, like where my TV's mounted, like the space above it's blank, but beside it is full, and every other wall is full. So it was you that commented. Okay, yeah. I responded to it. I don't know if you saw it, but I responded in chat in a comment back. But then yeah, I also just responded here. So hopefully that answered your question. Alex, we talked about this. Let's not spam the comments. I told you I get to my comments when I get to them. I go in order. I just sometimes get behind because I like to explain and I talk too much. But I told you earlier, don't spam. As my dad said, chill. Chill. Clintus is in the chat. Sorry, I'm so behind on chat. Everyone say hi to Clintus. Yes, Samantha likes to be called Samantha. Bryce, yeah, he's a public health major. He goes to NAU, so he lives in Flagstaff, but right now he's home for the summer. But yeah, like I said, originally he wanted to do athletic training. Because that's what he liked in high school, but then he realized that he might not want to actually do that for like his career. So, yeah, now I'm getting confused in the comments too. But yeah, he switched to public health, so yeah. He doesn't seem like he knows exactly what he wants to do. He's just kind of going along for the ride, I think. But I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Can you please get rid of the other live stream? Are you talking about like the one that I did a couple days ago and now it's a video? Because when the live's over, it just posts as a video, and I just leave it up because I mean people still go back and watch them because like I'll get comments on them still like, and I guess people watch them or look through them and then ask me questions. But yeah, there's no reason to delete it because like I said, you can still go back and watch it as a video. I'm assuming my dad's home. Oh yeah, he is. You're asking me, Dad? How was my day? It was good. I worked this morning, got off at 11. Work was pretty chill. We had a lot of people working today. Like, it was kind of weird. We had, like, a lot of people working for a Monday. And then came home, and I recorded my video about off campus. So hopefully I like it when I go to edit it, and I'll post it soon. This one is a little bit shorter than Heat Rivalry. So the Heat Rivalry one was like an hour long, and then obviously I edited it down to like 40 something minutes. This one, the recorded video is like 40 something minutes. But it's kind of what I was talking about with some of the people here earlier. I mean, I don't know though, because like even when I made that heated rivalry video, like I wasn't very knowledgeable on it either. Like I made that video within like 2 weeks of watching it. Whereas, I mean, still this one, okay, here's the difference. That video, I think I had been watching it for like 2 weeks and I was just about to start the video, the books. And so and then like obviously the show had been out for months. I was late to it. So I had a lot of like internet stuff to watch. Whereas this show just came out. It hasn't been out for a week. It just came out on Wednesday and I watched it the day after it came out. And I haven't even watched it a second time all the way through. So it's way more fresh this time. There's not that many videos out on it. People are just now still watching it for the first time. So I'm not as knowledgeable on it as I was with Heated Rivalry. So the video definitely is a little bit shorter and like there's less to it, but it's still long. Like I said, the recorded video is like 40 something minutes long, maybe 50. So obviously once I edit it down and cut it up, it'll be shorter than that. But I think it'll still be a good video, nonetheless. 6 p.m. in Florida. Huh. So you guys 3 hours ahead. Can't keep track of the time zones. Oh, maybe, you know what? I do have to check because earlier I was having problems. Like, I was trying to go live, like, with this one, and, like, it was, like, confusing me. Like, I had it, like, it was, like, let's say, I don't know, it was, like, what, 1:30? It was, like, 1:30, and I said schedule for 1:30 so that way it could just, like, go live. But it didn't seem like I was live, so I kept ending it and restarting. So maybe there's, like, those videos up. If that was the case, then yeah, I will delete those because they're probably just, like, sitting there where I'm, like, sitting there like this. So if that's the case, then yeah, I will delete those. I thought you were talking about the one from like a couple days ago where I think it was said summer break, let's chat. But yeah, if there's other ones up on my channel right now that say happy Monday, let's chat, then yeah, I probably have to go back and delete those because I was having trouble trying to figure out how to go live earlier. What's for dinner? Oh, I asked my mom this morning. It seems like it's gonna be kind of a random dinner, like we're just heating up random things that we have around the house. I know my mom said something about like some type of bratwurst or sausages, maybe. And then my dad, I think, grilled some burgers last night, so there's burgers as an option. I forget what else. It seemed like it was just kind of like she just listed off some random things that like we have in the house that like we'll put together and heat up for dinner. So, yeah. Ooh, homemade pizza. You know, my dad was all about homemade pizza for a while there. Every Friday, I felt like we were doing some type of homemade pizza. We haven't done that in a while. Tried a few different things different around pizzas. Yeah. I know. I feel like it's been a while. Like, it was like your thing for a hot minute. We were making pizzas a lot, and we haven't done it in a little while. I guess if we did like a cauliflower crust, it could be good for mom. Had hot dogs for my dinner. Nice. Good old hot dog. All right, you guys. Well, any last minute things you guys want to talk about or ask? Because I'm probably going to end soon here. Almost hit 2 hours, about an hour and 40 minutes we've been live. Long time. Longer than the last time I did. Love your Apple Watch band. Thanks. It's pretty simple. It's just black. Got this one off of Amazon. It was like a pack my mom and I bought to like share. And I'm so lazy with my Apple Watch bands, I don't ever change them. Especially easy. It's like it's black, just matches with everything. Um, I'd wear like the cuter, like stylish ones, but because like I go to the gym and like especially with sand volleyball, like it would get dirty and like get sand all in it. Like these athletic ones just make the most sense for me. So I don't ever change it. Been watching for a long time. Where would we meet? I don't know where we'd meet in Arizona. I'd just be doing my things. pretty close to my house. It's like literally like 5-minute drive. It's kind of nice. Cause especially when I work really early in the morning, I don't wait to the last minute to leave. Like, obviously, if I work at 6 a.m., like, I literally could leave at like 5:55, but like, I don't do that because I like to be there, clocked in 5 minutes before, like, so I'd be clocked in at 5:55. So then I'd be leaving at like 5:45 to like have a couple minutes to spare. But what are you doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'm excited for tomorrow. I open in the morning. Not excited for that. So I work at 4:45, but I'm supposed to get off at 9, I think. And then yeah, other than that, I just have first indoor open gym, so I'm excited for that. First indoor open gym of the season of the summer. Very, very excited about that. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. It'll be a good day. Alrighty, you guys. I think I'm gonna end the stream now because I'm ready to chillax. As I said before this, I just recorded like a 45-minute video of me talking, and then I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. So I've been talking for a long time. So yeah. We're gonna go live every Monday. I can't make any promises now. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I'll go live as like now that it's summertime, I feel like I have more free time like this where I just sit around and do nothing. So I probably will be going live more often, but it's nothing scheduled. It's not gonna be like every certain day of the week or anything like that. It'll literally probably just be whenever I feel up to it. Whatever days make sense, whatever days I have free time and I want to. But I probably will be going live more often. So definitely be on the lookout for it. That's for sure. The best way to, yeah, it's just like it's what makes it fun. That's what makes it easy. Like if I make it scheduled, then I don't want it to be kind of like what I used to be with my YouTube videos back before. It was like once it became like a scheduled thing where it's like every Tuesday and Thursday or every this day of the week I have to post. It's like it almost becomes like a maybe I'm not in the mood for it that day, but I feel like I'm obligated to because I tell you guys I'm going to. Like I don't want it to become like that where it's like I say I'm going to be live every Monday and it's like a Monday I don't feel like it or a Monday I don't have time for it and then you guys are disappointed that I'm not going live. Like I don't want it to be like that. So it's really just going to be because like I said earlier, like I don't even really share that I'm going live. I'm not even like posting on social media like, hey guys, I'm live. Like I just go live and see who shows up. And if you guys want to hang out, cool. If not, next time. Like and it just keeps it fun, keeps it chill, nothing too serious or too stressful. So, like I said though, I do want to try to go live playing video games. So I'll probably figure that out sometime soon and maybe try that out soon, but we'll see. That could be fun. That could be fun to change it up. But all right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys in the next live. Hopefully, you guys will see me in my next video. I don't know when that'll be posted, but keep an eye out for that if you're interested. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.